Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Zen. In these videos, I show you how to make one tangle using the Zentangle method of drawing. So today I have my Micron pen. This is a PN, plastic nib pen, graphite pencil, and a blending tool, and my 2" by 2" bijou tiles. All of these are from Zentangle.com. All right, today's tangle, I'm pronouncing it Chebu, but I'm not sure if that's right. And I tried to look it up, and it looks like it could be a dish that is fish and rice and like a red sauce. It also could be cryptocurrency, so I'm not quite sure, so I might not be pronouncing it correctly, but this is by Julia Folkman CZT. I think you're going to love this one. This is one of those that is really calming, really relaxing to draw, and especially fun to shade. All right, excuse my nails. They have grown out over the holiday weekend. I did not get a chance to go in and get my nails done. All right, I'm going to scoot those aside and begin with my pen. Typically, we put a dot in each of the four corners. I thought just to be a little bit different today, we would do a rounded corner, and then we'll go across and curve down. And these do not need to be even. It just creates a nice smaller area to draw in. Okay, to start this one, we're going to put several little circles in this area. We want them to be a little bit different in size and definitely not look like a grid. We want it to be a little bit more random. So I'll put one there and there. And maybe another one. Okay, maybe I'll do one more over here. I don't want it to look too even. We can always add more later. All right, so to do this one, we're going to pick any one of these circles. I'm going to start them with the one up here. And we're going to put this curved C shape going from the middle of one side, curving around to the middle of the other. And then we're going to do it on the opposite side. And then I'm going to continue this way towards my frame. So each time my pen is going to start where those two lines meet, and I'm going to bump up and around and come back down to that point. Up and around into the point. Now when I get to the corner, I'm going to lift my pen as it hits the edges. So lift, pretend like I come out the other side, and maybe one more, like that. Now it looks like it's tucking behind the frame. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try this side, and I'm going to go out a ways. Maybe I won't quite touch the next dot. Let's see. I just realized that I am using a dark blue ink instead of black. That was from my last subscription box, and I just realized that. It's called Blue Black. It is beautiful, but it is not what I meant to use. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to choose another one, and I think I'll choose this one just because it's right next to it. And I'm going to turn it this time, and I want my C shapes to face a different way. I don't think they have to, but I just want them to. So I put that little top on and that little bottom on. And now, because I'm already bumping into this, each of my layers has to start up here. If I took my pencil and I drew out where those would land, you can see where they come from out here. Does that make sense? So we're just going to jump our pen and then come out up here and tuck in. And now I'm going to do this side. And then I can pick another one. I think I'll do this one. Choose which way you want your little C shapes to go. And then just start drawing and see how I'm immediately bumping into this one. But I'm just letting them tuck in behind and come out the other side. Now this one is right against the corner, so maybe I'll pretend that it has all of these tucked in. And then I'll fill this area in later. Okay, let's pick another one. I think I want to do this one. Do you see how these just grow and evolve? And you don't really have to plan where you're going. There's no right or wrong way. I went all the way to the edge to use up some of that space. Then I come down here and do this one. Pick another one. And we just keep repeating those lines over and over. Okay, I have one more. Again, you're doing that go behind method where you're imagining where it would come out on the other side. Okay, how is yours looking? Mine is getting pretty full. Now I need to go in and fill in the blanks. I could fill them in with another tangle. I could ink them in, but I'm just going to create more lines. So I'm going to start with this large one over here, and I have this space. I don't have space over here, but I have it on this side. So what if I just continue that way and this way? See how that filled in, made this really cool dark area, and took up that space. Now if I come down to this one, I can do the same thing. can do some here. And just keep going until it's filled in. On this one here, I've got one this way or this way. I kind of like doing both of them. I would not do this one here because it's not the furthest in the back and it would look kind of funny, I think. So I think I'll do this one back here because that is way in the back. And I think that's going to look the best. And suddenly that area is filled in. And then I'm just going to fill in this little corner here. Chebu, I'm not quite sure. Erase this little bit in here. It's so funny that I did this in blue pen. Okay, how is yours looking and feeling? Is it feeling okay? If your lines feel really wide, you can go back in and add some narrower lines. You also could go in and fill some of these in with some striping or some dots or some little orbs. Such a relaxing one to do. Okay, let's do some shading because the shading is really cool. First, we need to initial our work. Okay. So take a look at yours. I got a sunbeam coming through here. I kind of love it. Take a look at yours right now and how you have some dimension happening. You have some that look like they're above other ones. Some are sunken way down. It's so cool, but it's going to look even cooler in a moment. Okay, I'm going to take each of these sections. Here's my circle. Here is this full section here. It goes over several other shapes, so I need to put a little shadow on the outside of it. The other side over here does not go over anything on this side, and it goes slightly over here, so I'm going to give that a shadow. So I've done the shadow on this side and the shadow on that side. Now I pick a different one. Let's pick the second one that we did right here. This part goes over the top of these, or at least that's the illusion. So I'm going to give it a shadow all the way around and all the way around on this side as well. Going to all come together in a moment. Okay, this little one back here, it doesn't go over anything this way. Over here it does. So let's give that a shadow and this a shadow. When I look at this one, this side is going underneath a whole bunch of things, but not over the top. This one, however, does go over, so it needs a little shadow. This is a make-believe thing, so if you do your shading wrong, it is okay. This one down here is only under things. It's not over any, so I'm going to leave it. And then this large one here goes over that, over this, and over this. So check yours out, see if there's any more pieces that go over things. And after you get all of those checked out, then we're going to do one last shadow, and that's going to be on the inside edge of this frame. So then it's going to look like all of these little objects tuck in behind the frame. So I'm putting that graphite right on the inside of that line. And I like to go pretty dark. Okay, ready? I'll take my blending tool, let me get a different one. This one here's got a better point. I'm going to start with this inside edge, so I'm going to be pushing it down into the paper and then slightly away from that edge. Just slightly. Very quickly I went around that whole edge. Then I'm going to start with this first shape up here. I had a shadow this way and I had a shadow this way. And all I'm doing is just pulling them slightly away from the line. So this one here, this way, and this way. This one here, this one, and suddenly I'm done. Do you see how overlapping they are? I'll give you a moment to do that. We're at 16 minutes in our 15-minute video, so I want to move a little quickly now. All right, I'm going to go into these little crevices here where all those lines met, and I'm going to push some graphite up into each side of that. So this one here, I can push some graphite this way. I already have some on my blending tool, so I don't need to get more. Just adding a little bit to where those seams are. And lastly, I'm going to put some in each of these circles. It doesn't matter which side, just giving them a touch of graphite. And now we have this very cool, very deep, very moving little piece of art. Thank you so much. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.